Hey guys, this is Matt from Mining, and today we're going to go through a tour of my 3.2 gigahash on Ethereum mining farm. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Matt from Mining, and this is another video coming at you. Today's topic will be the 3.2 gigahash farm. So what we have right now, we have 5 Hive OS opened here. As you can see, we're currently running 3.217 gigahash on ETH. I have a total of 12 rigs mining a variety of different coins, mostly Ethereum. And you can tell we have one rig here, which is a 1070 rig running 224 solutions per second on Flux. And we have a bunch of other rigs running Ethereum Classics on some of these 574 gigabytes rigs. And we have some of these other rigs here, including the rig 6 and 7, which are running 590 and 750 on Ethereum. And these are my flagship rigs. I mean, these are the ones which we recently added the 6,000 RPM, like 200 plus CFM fans on, and that really helped maintain the really high 124, 125 mega hash hash rate. So it was really cool that it's really neat actually, because I went through and replaced the thermal pads and all of these cards when I first got them, because I pretty much knew that was going to be required. But even after doing that, the hash rate still had some issues maintaining, just because there's still some throttling. And these rigs were kind of like, these cards are all added in these 6-card rigs, open air rigs, with pretty crappy fans actually. In retrospect, these are just the Amazon special fans. And if you really have a high power, high heat generating rig, that is important that you maintain operational levels of temperature, that you don't want to go too high, too hot, and protect your investment obviously by keeping things cool. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to go out and buy those more powerful fans instead of using just the cheapos off Amazon. I learned that the hard way. Well, I mean, that being said, a lot of my rigs, the lower powered rigs, like the 6600 rigs and whatnot, are still running on Amazon fans, and they're just doing just fine, because there's not a lot of wattage running through those cards. So like, as a result, it's not generating a lot of heat. Kind of one of those laws of thermodynamics, right? The more energy you put into a system, the more heat that's going to generate, right? So yeah, I mean, that's a 3090 rig, and we got a 3080 rig. Sorry, not 3080 rig. They're all Dell RTX. I'm kind of anal about having the same cards across the rigs. I don't know, I think they just look so cool when you have like 6 or 8 or whatever, the same cards, like exactly the same looking cards. It looks like something that was built purposely, meant to be, versus something that was kind of thrown together. I mean, I do have a mixed rig, this hanging rig here, which is pulling 351, and it has quite a bit of variety of different cards. I mean, you got 3060, 2 of these 3060s LHRs, you got 1080 Ti, a couple 3080s, a 3090. One of the 3080s is out of commission right now. I think it had a short or something. I had to set it in for ASIS for an RMA. But I mean, this is kind of like where I threw all my cards, which I didn't really have a home for, because like I said, I like to have the same cards in the rig. So if I can't have the same cards in the rigs, I take them all and I put them in its own rig of its own. That's my OCD brain kind of trying to like create organization from a little bit of chaos. But yeah, so if you're looking here, 9.2 kilowatts for everything, 3.2 gigahash. I'd love to get that up to like 5. That'd be crazy. That'd be like super crazy. But I mean, I don't even know if I had enough power in my house. I probably could. Actually, no, I could, because right now I have one 240 volt outlet on that I got wired in, but directly above the mining area downstairs, I have that's where my stove in my kitchen is, and I'm actually looking at tapping into that 240 volt there. I'll do another video on that. That'll be pretty interesting, actually. Like, if you don't use your stove often, you could theoretically dual purpose that watt, the wattage from that outlet. Because my breaker here, I live in a townhouse, my breaker is just trash. It's limited to 100 amps, so I can't really go up to 200 or more, which I'd love to. Like seeing some of the other guys, I'm like so jealous of you dudes who have like 200 amp panels. I'm like, that would be so epic. So maybe I can upgrade the panel. I talked to an electrician, and they said, I mean, there's some problems with because of the way the main conduit comes in from outside, I guess, through concrete and everything. Like the concrete, I guess, in the front of the building. It's hard to like upgrade the panel. They said I might be able to get 125, but I don't want to spend like thousands of dollars to get 125. I guess we'll just see. Anyways, real quick, all my Ethereum's using Hive on right now, just because there's like there's less fees when you're using Hive OS to use this pool here. So right now it's saying 3.08, but it's actually 3.216. I noticed that number can fluctuate as well, but generally around 3.2 gigahash. And yeah, let's get into the actual tour. Stay with me and let's go. Alright guys, here we are in the mining basement, and yeah, so I'm just going to go through over the various rigs that I have here mining Ethereum. I do have two more rigs running RX 470 4 gigabytes mining Ethereum Classic in the garage, but for the purposes of this video, we're just going to go over what's in the basement, because everything in here is mining Ethereum, or dual mining Ethereum and Ton coin. So let's just, at first I want to say I apologize for that loud screaming sound of the fans. I know someone commented on a video earlier saying they had tinnitus, so I do apologize. I am working on getting a better mic setup that could probably at least fix some of that background sound, or I'll see if I can edit some of it out at least. Okay, so let's start here. This is the mixed mining rig that I threw together using an Amazon Basics frame. So this card here is running a variety of cards, like I said, mixed rigs. We have a Alien Wardell RTX 3080. We have a 3080 Founders Edition. That one runs quite a bit hot. I think they just all run hot. I think just the way the cards are designed and the way the heatsink is, they all had thermal pads replaced, at least. This guy here is Gigabit. Yeah, Gigabit 3090. This is one of the less efficient cards. This is a 1080 Ti, GeForce GTX 1080 Ti. And we got two GeForce RTX 3060 LHRs in the back here, dual mining Ton and Ethereum. And all the rigs have these little screens set up, and I think this one's, yeah, there we go. So there's like 6 cards there. I think it's pulling around over 300 megahash at least. Yep, so we have that guy set up. It's kind of sloppy right now. I haven't done a lot of cable management on that one right now, but basically have a gaming motherboard here set up, an AS Rock with one of these PCI 1-to-4 expansion cards here, and we got 2 power supplies powering this bad boy. We got one of these claimed 2,000 watt Bitcoin miner ETX power supplies, as well as a Roswell 850 watt bronze, powering some of the lower power cards on the Ryzen as well. Okay, on to the next rig here. This is one I just built. This is Upsilon Rig 11, and it is running 8 of the Power Color 6600s. The whole rig here actually is pulling 575 watts. I'm doing I think it's over 50 megahash on Ethereum. Probably my most efficient rig. and it's running off an ATX 1000-watt power supply, EVGA gold rated power supply. So I'm actually quite proud of this board. I think it's really cool. It just has the cheaper Amazon fans on it, so we're not running like the crazy powerful fans like some of the other ones are. This is a variety of desktop servers. They're basically called servers because they're running Ryzen 16-core GPUs, 120 gigabytes of RAM and things like that. That one over there. And I actually use these to mine on a nice hash. I got a couple 1070s and the one over there. You can see it back there. We're running some 1070s, and this is a 1080 Founders Edition right here. So like while this thing's not mining, it's actually functioning as a cloud server for some software as a service Flow Dynamics project that I'm working on. Just doing some things like running automated tasks, billing, cleanup, different schedule tasks if you're familiar with cloud architecture. It just does some different things to maintain the system. But yeah, so those are mining a nice hash. You can tell I got a lot of fans set up here blowing cool air. I got intake fans coming to these 8-inch ducts. One up there and one down here as well. So they're kind of funneling the cold air on the one side and blowing it to the other side, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Up here, this is a 1070 rig running 6 Asus White Edition 1070s. It's only pulling 125 megahash on Ethereum, but this guy's actually mining Flux right now. I decided to switch it over to Flux because I think these cards are a little bit more efficient on running Flux than Ethereum. And 125 megahash isn't that good for 900 watts at the wall, which is very inefficient. They're older cards, so they're pulling around 130 each, plus the motherboard, all the other things. Flux, yeah, I gotta go around 36, 37 sols of Flux. This guy here is a 3060 rig. This is Upsilon, I call it Upsilon rig 008. Yeah, I don't have all those fancy names. Sorry, hobbyist miner. I don't name my my rigs after I think it's X-Men characters. Yeah, so you won't see any Scarlet Witch rigs in here, but I'm pretty unoriginal. It's like rig 001, rig 002, rig 003. It's easier for me. Yeah, so that one's running, this is dual mining Ton in Ethereum on 63060 Zotacs actually. I haven't had any issues with the fans here. It's pretty good. Got 6 Zotac editions running off 1000-watt EVGA, and this Dell motherboard I got off Kijiji, or eBay was maybe. I always try to run the lowest specs on these things because if they don't need any more than 6 GPUs. These boards are great. I mean, just a simple board which has a couple PCI Express and 1 expander. You can run up to 6 or even 8 if you can handle if there's no PCI Express lanes. It all comes down to like the slots. Anyways, okay. So the most powerful rig I got right now is this 63060 rig right here. One of the ones screaming from the new fans. This guy's pulling 750 mega hash on Ethereum right now, and it was running hot up until these new fans were added. Crazy amounts of airflow. They're running at 100%, over 6,000 RPM, but they scream. It's like a server room here, basically. Down here is a 3080 rig. They're all actually, sorry, go back to that one. They're all running 3080 non-LHR Alienware Dell. If you're curious. This is also running Dell Alienware but 3080s. I love the way these look. I just think they look like alien artifacts or something. Like something you might see in like the Avengers Fortress. I just love the way the cards look. So I wanted to get the same cards for the rig. So all 6 of these cards are from Dell Alienware. And all 6 of these cards are from Dell Alienware too. I actually bought a bunch of the R12s and actually harvested their internal GPUs for the build. So like that's running 750 mega hash in Ethereum. That one's running like 500 and, oh crap, I don't know. I think it's like 5. Wait, I'll have to get the actual numbers. It's over 520 mega hash, I think. And hard fans here as well. You'll notice a trend here. The more heat and more energy. So the more energy that a rig uses, the more heat it generates, the more hash rates usually. Which means requirement for more airflow. So I've only put these crazy overkill fans on the more powerful rigs. This like 3060 rig doesn't really need the fans because like those crazy fans, like they can run off these 50 CFM Amazon fans and still not overheat because they don't draw a lot of watts and they don't generate a lot of hash power, so they're not creating a lot of heat. So like generally speaking, I'm gonna choose the quieter fans, the cheaper fans for the most part. I mean, this 3070 rig, oh sorry, this 1070 rig could use some new fans, but like I'm kind of like on the fence about this one because it's like the hash rate is so shitty because it's an older rig, like the older GPUs. So I don't really want to put these loud fans on it for that. So I'm just trying to keep it cool, like minimally cool. Okay, enough yapping about that. I love this rack here. This rack has more highly efficient, I call this my like efficient rig shelf, I guess. At the top here we got 8 A2000s, Dell A2000s, and this is actually using 649 watts for all this, and they're pulling, yeah, they're 6 megabyte cards, and they're all pulling about 40 mega hash, but they're also dual mining TON. Yeah, 40.7, you know, dual mining TON. So like, it's pulling quite a bit of hash right here with low power. This one here is a row of 8 NSI mixing up my NVIDIA. This is a row of 8 RX 6600 XTs. And this one's pulling, yeah, about, can't really see that, 812 watts at the wall. And we got another one here of the Radeon 6600 XPs. Yeah, about 820. Dark as fuck. 826 watts. All dual mining TON. I don't know how good it is to mine TON, to be honest with you. I don't have the profitability. I might switch and fall back to Ethereum if it's not, TON doesn't work out, but for now I'm just kind of dual mining both. I mean, figure why not a little extra wattage, mine 2 coins. And this guy down here has 6 of the, I love these cards. These is the Mechs. So the 6600 XT MSI Mechs. They're all running off of HP server power supplies and Brago boards. We've got this this game changer board down here because this is actually an ATX BTC 37D, I think it is, or T, one or the other. And the rest are actually just the non-ATX versions, so I'm running just standard breakup boards. Those, and these are running great. So between all these rigs, there's about, we have a total of 13 rigs, 2 in the garage, there's orange shown here. And they're running 3.2 gigahash on Ethereum right now. And it's going great, pretty good so far. Cooling system, like I mentioned, we have 2 8-inch intakes running back here, pulling in cold air. In the winter time works pretty good. Like you can feel the air here. It's nice and cool. You really feel that cold air coming in, kind of cooling. Like if you look at the entire setup I have here, I have cold air blowing in here. Then I have these fans, even these box fans here, blowing that cold air like this way. So across this shelf, and then across this shelf, and then on this side back here, I have these 2 exhausts kind of sucking the hot air that's produced from this side, and then blowing that out the window. And if you follow this over here, there's my squat rack. I'm actually quite into fitness as well. There's either create this kind of channel or a fitness channel. I do feel like the narcissism was there to be a fitness channel. But yeah, so we got intake here, sucking air, cold air in, and then we have hot air being blown out there. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have to do in the summertime. I might have to turn them all to exhaust if the air is like warm. There's no point in blowing warm air in, but as long as it's cooler, I guess it's makes sense to do it that way. So yeah, cold air goes there, blows through, and then it sucks it up that way. Now it's not fully enclosed, so I can understand there could be some heat soak, but I mean, it seems to work good so far. I didn't want to have to do anything like with grow tents. First off, I don't have a very tall ceiling down here, so I can't really do grow tents. But I mean, I was thinking of doing like plastic and creating some artificial enclosure if it gets really bad in the summer. But I'm hoping I'll be able to get away with it with just this. So that's it. That's the mining basement setup.